Well, when in when they started dropping bombs, the first bomb was dropped. It caused terrible destruction. Everybody knew that, and the Japanese knew that. There's only one thing they didn't know. When we dropped the second bomb, it didn't hit the target at all. It just hit way off to the side of the target, but it caused the same kind of destruction. Wasn't a clean hit like the first one, but it just a little over the ridge from where they planned to drop it. But it still caused that destruction. Now the emperor and everybody in Japan seeing that realized what we did. We dropped it on two spots that hadn't been destroyed by the B-29s. And they thought, well, if we've got enough bombs to destroy the rest of our industry, we can't continue this war. So that's why they surrendered. If they'd have known, if their intelligence had been good enough to know that we were hard pressed to even have 2 more bombs to drop within the next 6 months or so, I don't know the figures on that, but I do know that we didn't have enough bombs to cause them one bit more trouble as far as they were concerned. So they surrendered. But if they had known exactly how many bombs, if they'd known all about our program was, if they'd had the intelligence and known that we couldn't destroy all their industry, they wouldn't have surrendered when they did. They didn't force us to invade. We didn't invade, and we saved a lot of American lives by not invading. And so I'm not going to accept any of these people that tell me that there's a lot of historians that are trying to rewrite history now. And what they're saying is that, and one of them is down here at Stanford University, that writes articles for the history papers, and he keeps saying that it was wrong to drop these bombs because Japan was ready to surrender. Well, in the position I was in, there was nothing in I had that indicated they were ready to surrender. And so I'm pretty sure the bombs caused them to surrender. And that was pretty well proven because part of the military tried to capture the emperor after he ordered the bombings, ordered the surrender of Japan. So there's a lot to be written for these history boys. If they really want to work, they can follow up on some of the things I'm telling them now, like they did when I wrote this report that they have on the internet now. I pointed out that Harry Hopkins may not have been a Russian agent, but he was acting just like one, because he was giving all of Southeast Europe to Russia for an occupation zone. And he was the one responsible for Roosevelt doing that. And if he'd been a Russian agent, he couldn't have did any better job than that. And so they found out he was a Russian agent later. And when they did, they quit jumping on me, and then they wouldn't even tell me what they found out. So I don't know the whole story of that.
No, I don't expect you to.
But I do know that I was glad they dropped the bomb, because I didn't have any intention of waiting ashore with McArthur if I could help it. And he had me scheduled to go right in with him. And the really reason I went to Pohnpei was the war ended, and Admiral King said I was needed in the Pacific. Otherwise, I didn't get to go to Japan for the occupation.